Damn, that's unlucky. But it's like, I could cough, but if you still need by Saturday, let me know and I'll get back to you. And if you need someone in future, absolutely hit me up. I want to commentate and do, like, a video on Area Cup. But it's just really bad right now. It might be better by then, though. I'm not sure. It depends how effective the stuff I'm taking is. If you look at the weapon... Yeah, I'm aware of the new bow and all that stuff. It's kind of impossible to avoid on my timeline anyway. I'm just curious if the bow is going to be available on launch, because, let's just say Bamboo Kit is kind of not great, and that bow is insane, and I would very much like for Kiwi to be able to... And the match is over. Wow, I love this game. The match is just over, bro. I'm not even fucking paying attention. It ends in like 40 fucking seconds. Rainmaker never change. Yeah. But yeah, again, if you want to do it in future, 100%. Just, I'm sorry about the situation. But yeah, that's the one thing I'm curious, like, will the light bow be out on launch? Because if so, we're probably gonna have Kiwi on that a lot. Yeah, the Reef Lux 450. But it's like, do any of you guys know if it's a launch weapon? I know some of you guys are familiar with the data mine stuff. Like, do you know if it's coming out on launch? Because it looks complete. So I'm guessing yes, but they also... And it was shown in the Salmon Run one, but I don't know. It's 180? Wait, it's 180? Oh, shit, that thing's gonna be good. That thing's gonna be really good. I mean, 180 or 200, it looks really strong. I just want Kiwi to have a good weapon. And unfortunately, Bamboo has Autobomb. Yeah. I think it's probably launch, because, you know, that would make sense. You know? 2 Stringers and 2 Splatanas. Like, it'd be weird if only one of them had 2. Dude, the light bow looks insane. Forget the Tri-Stringer. Light bow with, like, aggressive midliney comps will be the best new weapon that was released. 110%. It will be good. So, like, I would 100% want that for comps. I think Kiwi is interested in it. So, I want to see it. Dude, this is gonna be miserable. I'm playing Dynamo on Schellendorf against 2 fucking backlines. Please give me Booyah so I don't die. And that team did not give me Booyah, so I died. Yeah, I don't know, but I hope it's a launch weapon. I mean, I think it's complete, but, like, we don't know. It looks like a finished weapon in a playable state with a model and everything, but maybe they're still tweaking numbers. The only thing that makes me think it would be a launch weapon is that it has been seen in gameplay before. Like, non-hacked gameplay. One of the channels was able to upload some footage of it. So, like, it's there. It's not a secret if data miners didn't do it. We've only seen it in Salmon Run. That is the one time we've officially seen the bow. I do not think we've seen it a single other time. Like, officially. I think it just randomly came up in one of the Salmon Run rotations one of the people who got Splatoon 3 early got. Which, by the way, I got questions about this too much. I did not get Splatoon 3 early. I did not even get asked to do a review copy or nothing. I was not contacted by Nintendo, nor was I expected to be. So, no, I don't have any information that you guys don't. I am just as blind as the rest of you guys. How long until we have a new ranked mode? I guess it would be after the first 3 months if they do like a 2.0 update, or 6 months. Like, I think it'll be in one of the first updates, like Clan Blitz. We're definitely gonna get one. I would be very surprised if we actually don't get a new mode. Go. I can't. Alright. And they're not blind. Actually, they are blind, I lied. Light bow? Yeah, there's a light bow and it's kind of broken. Thank you so much for all you do. Yeah, I'm glad you appreciate the content. Yeah, I think 4 on launch would look better. I think it'd be really, honestly, like, to keep it a $1.50 with you guys, I think it'd look kind of bad if Stringer was the only, like, Tri-Stringer was the only Stringer on launch, personally. I think 2 for each weapon class they can get away from without too many rushed game complaints, but 1 Stringer only, I think, will not be enough. So, I very much hope it's on launch. Yeah, I don't care if the Light Bro is broken, because we have one of the best Bamboo players in the scene, who will probably also be one of the best Light Bow players in the scene, considering how similar it is, and the fact that it has literally the exact same kit Bamboo 1 does. So, I'm down. I'll take it. It could be broken. That fits our comps, so W for me. Wouldn't 5 modes be a bit much? Eh. If we're reasonable human beings who are willing to ban shit map mode combinations, no, it should not be. But if we're gonna be the kind of people who's like, yeah, let's give the unchanged Rainmaker Wahoo world a second chance. Because I love watching 2 teams sit and wait for the bridge to drop for 30 seconds. That's so entertaining to spectators, because this map will totally feel different because new game, guys. It'll save it. It'll save all the map design issues. I mean, what? I didn't say anything. It's definitely not going to be like Splatoon 2 launch all over again, where we refuse to ban atrocious stages. Remember when we played Port Mackerel in Stingray meta? I have a competitive set against Saikai, semifinals. There were 5 Stingrays. We still played the map. Then in Ludi, we played against El Firmament, and there were 6 Stingrays. And we still played the map for another year. Isn't that intelligent of us? Yeah, that's definitely not going to happen again. We're definitely not going to repeat the exact same mistakes again, except even worse because the map isn't even improved this time. Definitely not. Just saying. Nah, you guys don't understand. I had to play Wahoo in scrims today, because we might have to play it in tournament on launch. Wahoo Rainmaker, and keep in mind, we KO'd, by the way. We were pretty dominant on Wahoo Rainmaker. That was miserable. It was so miserable, it's not even funny. And it's the same, by the way. So, no, I think 5 rank modes won't be too much if we're actually going to ban the shit ones, which would also lead to better practice, more entertaining tournaments, and more cool stuff, you know? Just saying, it would also be kind of good for the whole growing the scene thing if the maps and, you know, top-level teams we watch weren't kind of sitting still for 30 seconds. Might detract from the spectator value a little bit. But it's okay, guys. Zipcaster will save it, Copium. Because that special's definitely going to just change the entire map design somehow. I mean, realistically, I'm fine with trying Wahoo zones for a little bit longer, and, like, maybe we can test the modes in practice, but I don't, like, to me, I think people are going about it the wrong way. Wahoo should not be, okay, guys, we'll try this map in tournaments to see if it should be banned again. It's, no, let's try this map in scrims to see if it's worth unbanning, not the other way around. The stage is already banned. The stage is not changed. There's reason to think it might be better with a new game, technically, but that has to be tested. And then, after it's tested, we can make a decision. It's not, yeah, man, let's just throw it back into tournaments because the game is new. I don't agree with that line of reasoning whatsoever. At the very least, I think it should be like what a IPL is doing, where they're like, okay, guys, we'll put it in, but only as a counter-picks thing, potentially. Like, that's whatever, fine. Because then any reasonable team will just not have to play it, hopefully. But it's technically not banned. I'm fine with that. Dragon finisher? Thanks. I hate the glass wall on the right of the stage. It's there for zero reason and exclusively screws over my roller. Yeah, I was talking about Wahoo World and how I think the whole mentality around, yeah, man, let's just play it again because new game makes no sense. And I mean no cent. Like, when we... I don't even know how to, like, say this, really. Like, I don't know how to clearly communicate this. We've seen the map in all ranked modes. Like, before, when we didn't know if the stage was changed, fair point, we can try it again. But here's the thing. We've seen the map now. And we'll see it day one in-game. We can look at that, notice any substantial changes, and then decide, okay, these changes are substantial enough to where we should try the stage and tournament again, or, yeah, they actually barely changed anything, and we'll have to see if it really feels better because of a new game, but for now, probably better to play it safe and not use the map. Right, anyway, I was supposed to be talking about, like, my weapons in Splatoon 3 and stuff. Originally, this was just gonna be a side video for the second channel, and this still will be a second channel video, but, like, I figured I'd just do it while I stream, and then I can have some entertaining gameplay, because why not? So, I want to talk about all my weapons in the Splatoon 3 video game, and what you guys are gonna expect what you guys can expect to see me play. So, I don't know, what do we want to get out of the way? What weapon in mind do you guys want me to talk about first? I do, I don't know, all of them are pretty interesting, honestly. I guess I'll get out of the way that Range Blaster is not on the list. I will not be playing Range. I mean, sorry, not Range. I will not be playing H3. H3 is something I used to play for a while. I have a lot of pain on it still, but I'm not as good at it, and I don't have as much an interest in it. And its kid didn't give me any reason to care. So, I guess let's get H3 out of the way. We can also get Brella out of the way, because someone mentioned Brella. I am not... Listen, guys. I played Brella for the majority of my competitive Splatoon 2 career. It's my top inked weapon. It's my top results weapon. I am now playing it in 3. I will play it for fun. I refuse to bring that thing into competitive. The lag with shields is still there, it's still bad, and it's not even like a top tier weapon anymore. And it has other problems. I don't want to play an inconsistent weapon and lose tournaments because of it. Like, maybe if one day it's buffed and gets a perfect kit, I'll consider it again, but realistically, I'm kind of happy it doesn't have a perfect kit because it removes the temptation to touch the weapon. The only thing that would make me guaranteed play it again is if they made it much more consistent, which I don't think is going to happen, at least in Splatoon 3. I think that is a future Nintendo, future console thing. Anyway, but now we can talk about the weapons that I'm interested in. Yeah, I mean, I'll play it for fun. I still love the class. I still will probably do a guide on it and try to, like, help others do well with it. But, like, I can't, man. I'll be real with you guys. When I played Brella, I did the most with it, consistently. From the day I picked it up, with Neptune results, to Prophecy, I had gotten the most results with Brella, I was the most consistent top-level player with it, and I loved the weapon. None of that is gonna make me play it again. I'm sorry. None of that has a factor, because the weapon just doesn't work. And I don't want to deal with it. It's just not worth it. Like, even with all my skill with the weapon, it's really just not worth it. Also, that was kind of cracked. My second channel, ProChara VODdom. So, that's Brella and H out of the way. That's the easy ones. Why don't I talk about Octobrush? Octobrush is, like, cool. It kind of has a Zipcaster niche. It feels good in the next game. I will maybe play it, potentially, a little bit, as, like, a pocket or a niche, if we really need a Zipcaster anywhere. Outside of that, I like the weapon, but it's mostly... I have other things I'd rather invest into. So probably not a lot of Octobrush either, but at least you might see that one a little bit in competitive. Like, I might bust out the Octobrush pocket depending on the stage. So, you know, that's cool. Hold up, kill this Kago. Okay, nothing dies. Now I'm dead. Wow, Dynamo's such good damage. Rapid Blaster. So, I'll be real with you guys. Yo, what's up, Rog? I'll be real with you guys. Crapid is the only Rapid Blaster out of all 9 kits it's had. 9. I'm counting pros with it that I have enjoyed. None of the other Rapid kits are fun to me. I'm gonna be completely real with you guys. Now, luckily for 3, the Rapid Pro kit actually does look fun. That is a kit I might actually want to play. However, I don't think I will play it much anyway. Well, actually, it kind of depends. See, right now, Kiwi is doing Squelcher, which means we have room for another mid to long range weapon. And then there also might be some stages you can run like a Stringer on it and a Rapid. So, depending on how much I like it, I might actually play it a little bit. But it's not exactly the kit that was really fun for me, and so I don't think it'll be like a main or anything either. So it's kind of like the same spot as Octobrush, where it's like, it might be a pocket. You guys will probably see it sometimes. It has Mist and Vacuum. Like, you guys will see some Rapid Pro. But probably not a lot of it. What's up next? X-Splosher. So X-Splosher has Point Sensor and Inkstorm. So I had a lot of interest with Explo because, unlike my other weapons, it actually does still work with the stuff Kiwi plays. Like, Explo Bamboo and Explo Light Stringer will actually be really good. So, like, if we run that stuff, it'll be fine, and obviously it'll be good with CDS. So it doesn't actually have that problem, just because Explo's a weird weapon. However, I don't think its kit is groundbreaking for all modes because it still has Point Sensor. I think it's still going to be a zones thing, especially since it has Inkstorm, which is obviously a very good zones weapon. So, personally, right now, I plan to only use Explo a little bit, but if Explo gets a better kit, I could see myself using it a lot more. So with all that being said, this now narrows it to the 2 weapons that I've kind of been most known for in recent times, which is Range Blaster and Dynamo Roller. So first, let me talk about Range Blaster. Now, Range Blaster is looking a lot better in 3. Obviously, there's no ink armor and stuff like that, but the main thing is Intensify Action is very, very good with this weapon. There is still a downside, which is that it's gear dependent, so you probably won't be running a lot of quick respawn. Yo, Cherry Tree, thank you so much for the sub. But the downside is still there. You probably won't be able to run a lot of quick respawn on range. Not that I think you'd really want it with V-Range anyway, because it's pretty passive. But, like, you'll probably want around 2 mains of Intensify Action up, from what I can tell from looking around at Datamine stuff. However, those Intensify Action ups mean your squid rolls can be reliable for longer. You have near perfect jump accuracy, so at the very least your indirects are 100% reliable. And third of all, you can do a faster squid surge for attacks up walls, which gives range a ton of tools. As for its kit, it has Suction Wavebreaker, which I actually really like. And at first I didn't think I would like it, but then we learned something about Wavebreaker, which is that Wavebreaker does 45 damage. Now, what this means is if you're a Range Blaster and you pop down a Wavebreaker, your opponents have one of 2 technically they have 3 options. 1, they can try to break the Wavebreaker, in which you can just shoot them. 2, they'll jump over the Wavebreaker, which will line them up for a very easy direct with how predictable jumping is. Or 3, they'll take the damage from a Wavebreaker, and then 75% of the blast radius closest to it will be a combo hit. Now that is really good. That is very good. Suction for it is okay. It increases the gear dependency because you'll want 3 shots after a bomb, and you'll probably also want LDE if it's unchanged. But this does mean you can use the suction to help stall and farm a Wavebreaker. So range is a very supportive kit for its vanilla one, which is clearly what they were going for in the first 2 games, so I'm not super surprised the V-Range in 1 and 2 both had a support kit. The good news is, compared to all of them... Yo, please don't do that, was Mount. That's kind of weird, thank you. But, the difference between those ranges and this one is the kit combos with the weapon way better. Wall did not work with Range Blaster. Ink Strike was just okay for it. And then in 2, Inkstorm was, again, just okay for it. Wavebreaker is a very good special for it. It actually feels like it's made to work with the blaster itself. So that's why I think it has a better chance. You will see me use this weapon sometimes. However, it will not be my most common weapon. And as you guys can probably tell from the weapon I'm using in stream right now, I am primarily going to be playing Dynamo Roller. Which, to be fair, is not what I expected to be playing, honestly. I did not expect to be playing Dynamo in Splatoon 3. But a few things happened. First of all, I think that Dynamo feels significantly better kit-wise in 3. I think the kit for the Dynamo in Splatoon 3 is the best kit it has ever had. All 6 of its kits, Splatoon 1 and 2, this one is perfect. It's a support special, so it can fit that role, and it has Sprinkler. Now, Sprinkler needs some buffs, and I'm hoping it gets some. But with Dynamo specifically, having a sub to paint your feet quickly or partially body block is insanely useful for it. And so I'm actually pretty okay with it at the end of the day. On top of that, I think Tacticooler is very good with Dynamo. It allows it to be aggressive, it makes up for its mobility, it gives it full QSJ, which is actually extremely useful if you get caught in a bad situation, you can just jump right out. It allows you to save your special meter, so even if you, like, feed after the cooler breaks, you can keep all of the meter from it. And in general, it's the best special in the game right now. And even if it's changed a bit, I think it will still be the best special in the game, even if they nerf it a little bit. It's hard to really see that change. Secondly, I think the maps are a lot better for it because we don't have maps like this shit that are absolutely terrible for Dynamo and any weapon that isn't 50 feet in range. So I like that. But third of all, and most importantly, is Squid Roll. Holy shit. Squid Roll horizontal flick on this weapon is absolutely bonkers. And I just hit my table with my knee. That totally didn't hurt. Like, it's absolutely insane how good Squid Roll is with Dynamo. Now, you don't get the armor if you Squid Roll horizontal, but you move so far and so fast. What it essentially means is A, you can fight better without paint control, because you can roll into enemy turf and go for a flick. But B, you have a way to close the gap. Dynamo doesn't have a lot of range, especially now that it doesn't have MPU. So being able to move towards someone when you flick them basically means you can stand further back as long as you're able to quickly squid roll using either the substrafe technique or just swimming normally. And that gives you a better combat option. So, but real talk, the real reason I'm going to be playing Dynamo the most has nothing to do with anything I've said here. The real reason is on my unannounced team right now, I am the support player, and support is the role I'm most interested in overall in Splatoon 3. Dynamo is a good support weapon, and it's the only one of my weapons that fits the category. So most of the time for team comps, it will be significantly better if I'm playing Dynamo. Now that being said, in theory, there will probably be some times where one of the front lines will play Zap, because Zap with Tacticooler is actually significantly easier for fronts to flex to, because you can charge it pretty fast, and you can use its aggressive potential to go in. It's just straight up more fun. So there will probably be times when I flex to other weapons, range, expo, etc., and we have an N-Zap in our comps. That's the few times you'll see me off this weapon. But outside of that, you will almost exclusively see me playing this thing. So, this is going to be my common weapon for competitive Splatoon 3, and for fun, I'll probably play a range to make up for the time I can't do it as much. But that's the initial plan for me right now. I'm pretty happy with it. Dynamo felt unbelievably fun. I can't say the same for Dynamo in this game, but this game doesn't matter. This game's gone in 7 days, so whatever. This stage is so fucking terrible. Yeah, I agree with that. Watch, he's gonna press Baller, or he doesn't have one and he's dead. That blob just killed someone, that's sad. I don't know where the fuck he's going, but I don't care. One of them gave up, this guy's fucked. And GG. Wow, I love Wahoo.